Hello, Pat Skeets here from meandmycricket.com. Today I'm going to do an album share. I have several pages here and they're mostly family. I think they're all in the summer too. So anyway, well, there's a birthday in there and grandchildren and kids. Anyway, so please subscribe below if you haven't already. Now, let's begin. This is a Mother's Day page. My granddaughters have had their pictures taken in front of this Thanks Mom thing. Their town set this up downtown for people to do photo ops, and it's kind of cute. So they went and had their picture taken there for their mother. They gave their mom the pictures in a frame for Mother's Day. Anyway, so I had a tulip theme because there was all these tulips here. So I happened to have tulip paper from Stampin' Up. And then I just used this honeycomb border up here on both sides to balance the page. And then I found really pretty tulip pictures in Design Space. There's a cluster of them growing, a separate one here that I lifted, and two other ones. I did a window box with tulips up here to create a cluster with my title, and I added a couple of stickers and things over here for just to create more of a cluster over there. So this is Billion Dreams. It's a font that I like in Design Space because you can make the letters closer together and then weld them, and then they cut out as a word for the most part. So it's a lot easier, and then I can offset them. So I enjoyed that. I just layered these hearts and inked the top one. All right, good way to start with Mother's Day. This is a single page. My youngest granddaughter, it was fall, so she had her picture taken. I guess somebody really coaxed her because she's quite camera shy. Anyway, here's a pretty layout. This paper is kind of pretty. I used all the colors in the flowers here to pick a theme, and these all coordinate a splatter, a stripe, and a floral because it's a flower page, and that was my choice. I did a circle. I cut out a circle with a circle punch. I put part of it there and part up there. I created a cluster here with Creative Memories. This is, I think, Croptoberfest. I'm not sure which year. Anyway, and I put my title Beautiful on there. Added some pumpkins and some tags, and I have a pretty simple page. There are Design Space links for all of these pages on my website, so you can go there if you like, and you can just click on the Design Space link, and it'll download to your Design Space. You can copy this page exactly. If you like any of these, you're welcome to do that. They will be found in Everyday Life Scrapbook number 52, if you want to do that. All right, this is the kids go to the cottage and a lot in the summer, so this is all their cousins all together at the cottage, so I put Cottage Life as a title. I created this banner for this page. This is a free shape in Design Space, and I added this cabin image with a tree. Then I added these three trees, and this had a sky, I think, with that. And then I put a title on top of it. I grouped it all, and then I offset the whole thing So it created quite a nice title and banner for the page. I'm enjoying doing that. I'm doing it more and more these days with that offset feature. Okay, up here is that same shape repeated. I just used the camera paper. I did it again here. Right there. I like that shape. I like the big curve and then the point. I really like it. I use it a fair bit. Then I found this great frame that has trees on it, and it's like wood, pieces of wood, very rustic, earthy, like a cottage. So I used that big frame for this single picture. This is the first picture I'd ever seen of my granddaughter looking like a young lady. She always looked like a little girl, and I nearly fainted when I saw this picture. It was like, oh my goodness, she's really grown up. So anyway, I love that picture. Okay, so in the background, I use this, it's a rainbow stripe actually, for the background paper, and then this beautiful floral, which cottagey, like, you know, nature sort of thing. That's why I picked up this paper. And another thing I do is when I have a group photo of people, there's usually quite a mix of colors, and so I find a paper that's a big multicolored print to use with. In this one, they're all wearing navy or black or something, so it wasn't an issue, but it's a little tip I'll give you for doing crowd shots. Anyway, I like this for a cottage page. In Canada, we call them cottages. I think in the US, you call them cabins. Here is my granddaughter again, all grown up, the youngest one. So this page, I might have got, I'm not sure where anyway, I just did giant banner across, top and bottom, and then I used a button theme. I found this frame with buttons, and I did have some buttons in my stash, so I thought, oh, I'll use them. I've never done a button theme, and this paper had buttons on it, so I ran with it. And so there's buttons and stars there because it coordinates with this paper. Then I just used big circles behind just to fill up some space, and this gave me a spot to put my title on because it wouldn't have shown up on the background. Added another star over here. And then this is a Julie Nutting doll stamp. I quite enjoy those, and especially for teenage girls. I originally bought them for my scrapbooking my youth, and I ended up, I use them all the time for my grandchildren, and I've never scrapbooked my youth. I don't have very many pictures of myself when I was young. Anyway, okay, so just put some stars behind here because I don't like my images just floating around on nothing. I like to anchor them to something. So that's another page done. So this is that girl's birthday, my youngest granddaughter, her 13th birthday. Let's get it in focus here. Okay, so there's her sitting with her birthday cake, Make a Wish, with a candle. That was a perfect title for that page. And there's a couple of her friends with her. So I used Kiwi Lane for the background, top and bottom, and just a wide banner in the middle. Then over here I did 3 squares. It's a good way to take up space, and I just put 3 coordinating papers in the squares, and it made it pretty. Then I used, I found this flower. I loved it, so I used it as to create a cluster right here. So actually it might be part of a cluster, maybe not. Anyway, I created a big long cluster here and a shorter one there, which gave me 3 different groupings on the page. Added a little sticker of a present here. Pretty. A birthday page for a teen, or a tween. This is a family reunion. We have these most years. We go up north because we have a lot of family there at a cottage town. And it's actually Fenelon Falls. So I did, because these pictures were all outdoors with trees, I did a great big tree and then a tree border. I repeated it over here. And then I had a great big title, family. This is just two borders here. Two different borders, papers there, and two different ones here, but I made them larger on this side. This one I put a big circle behind it. This background is actually a peppermint candy. So it has swirls, and then but it ended up getting covered over with this 5x7 photo. So anyway, then I just added some ephemera to create a grouping over there. Added a sticker here and lifted it. I do lift a lot of things on my pages, so the trees and these borders are all lifted. They're raised up. So I found this. This must have been a sticker. A house is made of wood and stone, but only love can make a home. I thought that was very appropriate for a family page. And then this is all my, some of my grand nieces. Is that what they would be? My niece and nephew's children. And here we have my shy granddaughter again. This might have been first day of school. It might be. It's fall. Anyway, this page design is it's one image in Design Space. It may be close to my heart. The whole page is an image. So you get this whole thing. It's beautiful. If you go to my website, it's explained there. I explain everything about where the papers come from and that for each page. So it was kind of fun putting this together, all these different hearts, and figuring out which one went where. But anyway, it works. It was fun. And then I just added a cluster here. I did add some butterflies. I'm not sure if they were on that or not on the page layout. But it was kind of pretty for these fall pages with these papers. I quite like it. This is Creative Memories Halloween collection or a fall collection. Might have been a Croptoberfest as well. Okay, so look at that pretty potted mum there. All right, another family page. Now this was during COVID. The girls got new puppy dogs. I think everybody got puppy dogs during COVID to make them happy. The kids were, I guess, kind of sad not being able to go to school. So they got Yorkshire Terriers. They're the cutest little puppies you've ever seen. I love these pictures of them. So I had fun doing a doggy page. So I lined up 1, 2, 3 scallop borders here, and one there, and at the top here. Then this is geometric shapes. It's a pattern in Design Space. The whole thing is a pattern. So I cut it out with 3 different pet papers. Dog bones and newspaper about pets and Bow Wow paper. Anyway, I cut out 3 of them and placed them around the page. I thought that was very different. They're abstract. So I really enjoyed that. I think I've used this as a background on a full page too for a tropical look. Then I just created a border here with the hearts from those same papers that I've used on this page. But with these nice big frames for the puppy dogs. I quite like this page, and using the bone for a backdrop for the title, that was really cute. We love pets. And so here's some more pictures of the girls with their puppies. This is a really cute dog page. I found this image of Yorkshire Terriers. Well, they're terriers anyway, and one's light and one's dark, so I recreated them. I tried to recreate them as close as I could there. So here I just have a one strip banner across the whole bottom of both pages. I embossed it with paw prints, and then I inked it so it would show up, and I'll show you that there. I did a lot of embossing on the dogs too, and inking. And I did use a pattern paper for a bit for this cream part here. It gives it more texture, and this is a pattern paper too. It just makes them look a little more, I don't know, realistic. It gives them dimension. I guess that's what I'm looking for. So I found this great title, Hugs and Kisses, and then there's hearts and lips kissing all over. I used some extras, I guess. And then I cut out bows because they had bows on their heads there. So I cut out some extra bows and put them around the page. I used some dog stickers here, and I guess that's about it for this. I love this page. I love these images. If you're lucky enough to get to take pictures of Yorkies, you can use them too. I did add rhinestones here, all along there and there under the photos. And here's a long leash going right there on the page. They were stickers. So cute, precious. So this is a family portrait. My husband has twin sisters, and so it's a photograph of the three of them. And I think this might be one of the only pictures they have of all three of them. So I decided to blow it up and scrapbook it for them. Anyway, I used the rust outfit and the browns and that and the black for the background for this page. And I just found a beautiful floral paper that I loved with the rust and black. And then this flower, this page has poppies. Ooh, this is bent over. I should glue that. I'll have to fix that. These look like poppies, so that's when I found this flower in Design Space. I thought that was perfect. So I cut that one out. And then I used this border. It's from Vintage Wedding. They have there's matching frames, and this lacy type border is beautiful. I love that border. I've used it several times. And then I found this cluster of white flowers. They're kind of like these beige ones in here, so that's why I chose that. Just put a semicircle behind to fill in the space. Added another flower up here, just to create a little cluster around the title, a cluster here, and one up there. So that's 3 in a triangle. We try to aim for that. Doesn't always work. Anyway, I've used enamel dots in 3s on all 3 clusters. And then I put them in the center of the flowers too. Used one for a dot on the eye. Pretty page, I like that. Okay, so this is, our next door neighbor had this giant spruce tree on their lawn, and every time there's a windstorm for years, I've been terrified it's going to fall on my house and on my bedroom when I'm in bed at night. So I've been really afraid and worried about it. Anyway, she finally had it cut down. It was a beautiful old spruce tree, But my husband took a picture of it when the guy came to start cutting it. So he took the picture, and then he took a picture of it after he had cut it down. So I decided to scrapbook them. So I used Kiwi Lane on this page, and then the matching one that goes behind that. They're a bit newer. I used a border punch along the bottom. That would be Creative Memories border punch. And then I had these stickers of wood branches, so I put that on top, thought that was appropriate. Just triple matted these photos, and then used this laser cut frame behind to just fill in the space. I like using frames in different ways. Sometimes I put them on top of a photo, or I'll angle them. This time I put it behind and just it's a 4x6, so I put a 5x7 photo coming out of it. And then I put a border of pine cones, because boy, there were lots of pine cones from that tree all the time. So, and I happen to have a sticker of pine cone there, so I used it up. Used a pine cone image here and there, and a spruce tree image here. I created a cluster here, and I put a title, Goodbye Old Spruce. Added some enamel dots there and there and there. And now this is a border from Creative Memories, and it had pine cones in it, so I cut it in half, and I used half here and half there just to pretty it up. Anyway, that is the end of this scrapbook, so I hope you enjoyed it. Happy scrapping. Thanks for watching.